Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Minsk and it's under the command of Moose. Yes, he's at it again, but in a different Arty this time. This Grille has actually got one mark of excellence on the barrel, as has that GW Panther awaiting there. And this is a tier 7 battle and he's bottom tier, which means he will have the opportunity to earn more XP than his partners, so long as he does more damage. Now obviously you know that you get an extra 10% XP for every target that you hit which is a higher tier than your own vehicle. So if he can hit tier 7s, he's going to earn much more than if he earns a tier 5 or hits a tier 5. Now he's got a 15cm howitzer on his Arty, and that 15cm is capable of doing 540 alpha and penetrating through 38mm of armour. And you might be wondering why he's moving forward out of cover. And the reason for that is the Grille will not fire over the entire length of the battlefield. Yeah, I'm afraid it's relatively short range Arty. And you can see that shell missed the Cavalier. It's only a relatively short range Arty, but it's a very accurate Arty, and the shell trajectory is very high. And that means that it can actually lob a shell down on top of somebody, even shooting over buildings. Now he's firing at that Striv M4257 and landed the shell right next door to him. You can see he's stunned, but he hasn't lost any hit points yet. Instead, he's selecting the Churchill 1. It's a tier 5 heavy. He's loaded, rounds out. 18.99 seconds. Oh, lovely one. Landed on the engine deck of the Churchill 1. Did 234 hit points. He actually partially damaged the Striv as well. I think he's going to have another go. See if he can get the Churchill again. Rounds out. Lands next door to him this time, 128, but he stunned both of them. And there's a large number of enemy tanks coming down the west side of the map. Now from this position he can probably lob shells into those buildings, and in fact sometimes I actually do that, because you find that sometimes a shell well placed at the right moment can completely ruin an enemy attack. Because certainly if you knock out an enemy tank and cause a kind of blockade, they can't get through. Oh, he just killed an ARL 44. It was a blind kill. I think he did it by the minimap, but he actually did the blind kill because it's not showing in the log at all. Rounds out the Churchill. And doesn't appear to be anything because he didn't stay to watch what actually happened to the shell. He's now aiming over to the west side again. A King Tiger capture was seen in that gap, but there's an IKV-65 too, which is a much better target. He's loaded, rounds out. Oh, big hit! That's a penetrating round, 502. You can see it was at least a 2-second delay before the shell reached then. Unfortunately, that monument is getting in the way of a shot at the 88. Sometimes you have to reposition just to get a shot on a target that's using cover. Well, he landed that one on the 88. 134 hit points. We might be able to see the yellow mark where the shell actually impacted on the body of the tank. These mods actually show the mark sometimes, but well, we're not going to see it now because he's actually blown up. And he's switching back to the west side. There's that IKV he hit the last time. It's a very difficult shot. He fires it in. Oh, it impacts on the building. Yeah, I think he's decided that he needs to retreat, and pronto, because those guys are headed this way and the only tank that can stop them is an SU-100. Meanwhile, our guys are actually doing quite well at the centre line and they're pushing into enemy territory. I think he's trying to tell the M41 HMC to come with them, but I don't think he understands the threat. Well, Moose has decided to sit in this courtyard and shoot at the enemy, and the SU-100 can spot for him. There they are, they're coming through the west side. He's going to have a go here at this T-34-1. Fires a snapshot in. I say it was a snapshot because he wasn't fully dialed in when he shot. There's the King Tiger captured, who's stopped for a brief moment. But Moose is not loaded, so he can't get a shot just yet. Oh, big reticule bloom as he adjusted the aim. And the shell went long. The SU-100 is now covering that corner. And he's gone, unfortunately. But the good news is that we've got some teammates turned up. An IKV-65-2 and an AMX-1357 have come back, whilst our other tanks are actually going for the enemy cap area. There's only 4 enemies left, 2 Artys and the 2 tanks over here. And I think the enemy is going to want to retreat quickly and get back to their own cap, because if they don't, they are going to lose the game. The King Tiger captured, still pursuing a victory at this end, which is not going to work out. Yeah, because he's just gone, and the T-34-100 is just gone, and they've already killed one of the enemy Arty. That means there's only one left. It's the Su-122A, the Tier 5 Soviet SPG. Mind you, he does have a 152mm howitzer if he's got the top gun. But Moose, well, Moose has decided he's going to drive closer, because he might get a chance to shoot at that Su-122A if they find him. They don't know where he is, but Moose is guessing he's about midway. He might be over the other side. You can see he's just too far away to hit the other side of the battlefield. Yes, the reticule is moving up. There he is! Okay, now he's got to dial in. It's going to take 13 seconds. And before he's dialed in, the Su-122A is already dead. So it was quite a good battle, quite exciting at one point, because it did look as if he was about to be overrun, and he did the right thing to move into that courtyard so he can shoot at the enemy from a protected position. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. Well, this is surprising. This is a really good result, because he not only got his second class tanker in the game, but he got his second mark of excellence in that game as well. So instead of just 1 mark on the barrel, now he has 2. And he also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 8. And he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And let's have a look at the team score and see where he stands. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the AMX-1357, who did 1,969 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the Striv M4257 with 1,440. And after that, the Leo on his own team with 1,308. And Moose was just behind him with 1,278 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the 1357 again. He got 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. And he was followed by the 25-ton, who managed to get 3 kills, 2 kills to the Oni, and then 1 kill to the GW, the KV, and Moose as well, and the SU-100 and the Skoda T24. And if we look at base XP, we can see it's the AMX-1357 who did the best, 1,206 to him. He's the only player to get over 1,000 base. 731 goes to the Oni, and 598 goes to Moose. He fired 14 rounds, got 4 direct hits, 1 penetration and 10 splash. You saw the penetration shot, that was the one on the IKV-2. 1,278 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, and there's a 6 difference there, and that's where he gets the Confederate from. And 252 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 18,872 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, took away 21,238 credits. He received 598 XP, times 5 for the first victory, 897 from personal reserves, 1,794 from personal missions payout, and took away 7,176 experience points altogether. So a very satisfactory game in the Grille, which is actually quite a firm favourite amongst a lot of Arty players, mainly because the gun is so damn accurate. It's almost as accurate as the one on the Fifi, the Bishop and the FV304, but it hits with a much bigger punch than they do. It's because it's got a 540 alpha, and those ones have got around about 400. But the thing is that this Arty is a favourite because it's one of the lower tier ones that people learn on to get their skills up, and of course the trajectory is what makes it really fun to play, because there's really very few places you can hide from a Grille. And if you do manage to hide from a Grille, the Grille might just change position so he can get a shot at you. But it was a lovely game, this one, Moose, and good decision to go into that courtyard, because it enabled you to keep fighting even though the enemy was getting close to the cap. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.